welcome back to another part of the video where we are going to discuss about evolution of the horse. So in the last two part of the video we are discussing about evolutionary biology, basically how evolution of man took place and what is geological time scale. In this part of the video we are going to discuss how evolution of horse took place. So in the previous videos you have also seen that this table, that is the geological time scale, which is divided into four parts, that is eon, era, period and epoch. And in this part of the video we are only going to concern about the epoch, that is from the Eocene to Pliocene time period. Why? Because during this time period, from the Eocene to Pliocene time period, mainly the evolution of horse took place. And the modern horse which we are seeing is mainly evolved during the Pliocene time period. So let's begin how the evolution of horse took place. Before discussing about the evolution of horse, let's see the classification of horse, that is which it belongs to which kingdom, phylum, class, family, genus and species. So it belongs to the kingdom, that is Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Peridaxylata, family Equidae, genus Equus and species Calabus. So this is the modern horse which we are seeing in this recent time. But before that the horse were totally different in size as well as in their total structure. If you want to know how the ancient horse looked like, let's begin the discussion. Before that we are going to discuss from where did the horse origin. So the mainly the place of origin of horse took place in Europe and Asian country. And during what time did the origin of horse took place? That is during the Eocene and Pliocene time period. And this is the geological period of the evolution of horse, that is during what time period what type of horse were present and where they were discovered. So let's begin with this table. So during the Eocene time period there were three types of horse which were seen, that is Eohippus, Orohippus, Epihippus. They were mainly discovered in North America and New Mexico region. And in the Oligocene, Mesohippus and Myohippus type of horses were seen, which was found in the North America. And during the Miocene time period they were Anthocerium, Hypohippus, Archaeohippus, Parahippus, Mercyhippus and Protohippus. They were found in the North America, Europe and Asian country. And during the Pliocene period, which is the recent period, Hipparion, Neohipparion, Calipus, Pliohippus and Equus, which is known as the modern horse, was evolved, which was first discovered in the South America. And these four were discovered first in the Asia, Europe, China and some part of India also. So these are the four geological time period where the evolution of horse took place. And we are now going to discuss about each one in detail. But from each time period we are going to discuss the major horse which were found during that time period only. So let's begin. So Eocene horse, you can see how the horse looked like during the Eocene period, and you can see the size of the horse also. They were not, during the Eocene time they were known as the dawn horse. Dawn horse means their size was mainly very small, like that of a dog size. So they were known as, size was very small and they were flexible also. Their body were very flexible. And first type is known as the Eohippus, which was small in size and only 1 feet, means their size was only 1 feet. You can imagine how small they were. They have the flexible back, means their back part was not rigid as that of the modern horse. They have the flexible back and they were four-toed. The recent horse which you are seeing, that is the modern horse, are one-toed, and the ancient horse was first, they were four-toed and the teeth was browser type. In the next, that is during the Eocene horse, another type of horse was present, that is Eohippus. They were also four-toed and they were also browsers, but from Eohippus, the Eohippus was little height was increased, means their height was little more than that of the Eohippus type. This is all about the Eocene horses, and you can see how they were small in size, like that of a dog. Then gradually when they came to the Oligocene time period, their height increased little. That is, in the Mesohippus, that is, the average height was 2 feet. First they were 1 feet, then gradually 1 feet increased during the time they reached the Oligocene time period. And the neck was short, you can see the neck was short, and the back became less flexible. First they were more flexible, but gradually as their time period changed, as evolution took place, their back part become more rigid, or you can say less flexible, and from 4-toed they finally become 3-toed. Okay. Finally in the last, you can see during the Eocene horses they were 4-toed, and when they reach the Oligocene period, they become 3-toed, and their legs become long for the running purpose. You can see the legs became long for the running purpose, but still their teeth was browsing type. Next comes to the Myohippus. Myohippus was little larger. You can see the difference between this Mesohippus and Myohippus. The Myohippus little increased in size, but they were still 3-toed and browsing teeth. So you can see from gradually the size of the horses are gradually increasing as they are changing from one time period to another time period. Now coming to the Myosin time period, the Myosin horses increased more in size. Their size increased more 40 inches. You can see how the Myosin horse look like. They little by little they are looking like the modern horse. This is the Myosin horses, and still, but they are still 3-toed. They are not single-toed, they are still 3-toed. And during the Mesohippus, they are known as the living ponies. Because the size is like that of a pony, so they are known as a living pony, and they are 3-toed, but now you can see that they are 3-toed, but the side 2 toes are short and small. Gradually they are trying to become 1-toed. So that's why the last 2 toes is short and small. The skull is equus like, means gradually their intelligence is becoming like the equus or the modern horse by the time they are undergoing different period. Next come to the Pliocene period, which is the modern time period, and during this time period the modern horse, that is the equus, evolved. So first during the Pliocene period, that is Hipparian horse was seen, whose size was 40 inch in size and little more than that of the previous, that is Myosin horse, and they are the great travelers. So the Hipparian, you can see here the diagram of the Hipparian, they are known as great traveler because they used to travel great distance, but they are 3-toed. Next coming to the Pliohippus, and from Pliohippus they become single-toed or 1-toed, you can say. From Hipparian, the time they reach the next, that is Pliohippus, they become 1-toed, and the teeth also increased in size, and their eyes becomes gradually more prominent like that of the modern horse. You can see how the eyes of the modern horse are more prominent. Gradually the Pliohippus, the eyes were more prominent, as well as the teeth increased in size, and you can see the back become more rigid by the time they reach the Pliocene horse. Then finally you can see this is equus, which is the modern horse. By the time they reach the finally equus, the body, neck, head and became smooth due to reduce the resistance to air. So the back become very smooth, so that when they run fast, they don't there is no resistance to air. So to reduce the resistance to air, their body, neck and head became smooth, and their incisors became long. Why their incisor becomes long? Because as they are the herbivorous, that is they mainly feed on the grasses and all, that's where their incisor teeth were long, and canine teeth were absent, because canines teeth are mostly found in the animal which feed on the flesh, as they are the feed mainly on the grasses and they are herbivorous. That's why their incisors are long and canines are totally absent, and they are 1-toed, and the size is 6 feet and 4 inches. You can see how gradually the size of the horse gradually increased from 1 feet to finally the modern horse is 6 feet inches, and they have large brain as well as that intelligence capacity has also increased. So, from here you can conclude that from the starting to from the Eocene, by the time they reach the Pliocene time period, the size of the horse gradually increased, as well as there are some structural differences also. You can see first they were dog size, that is their size was very small in size. Gradually little by little their size increased, as well as the structure also changed from flexible back to more rigid back, and as well as their brain capacity or the intelligence capacity increased, and their from four-toed they finally become single toe. So, this is the summary of how the evolution of the horse took place. You can see how the Eohippus, which was looking like a dog, which was four-toed. Eohippus also is a four-toed. Then three-toed are the Myosin, Myohippus and Hypohippus. They are already extinct. These are not found nowadays. And in the three-toed, Myohippus and Hipparion, and they have migrated from North America to Old World and then become extinct during the Pliocene time period. That is, after Pliocene time period, that comes the Pliocene time period, they are also extinct. Then comes the one-toed browser, that is first one-toed browser are the Pliohippus, then finally the Equus, which is known as the modern horse. So, you can see here from how the evolution of horse took place in no matter in size, also in their feet, their body structure and everything. And finally, the modern horse which you are seeing nowadays is Equus horse. So, this is all about the video and how the evolution of horse took place. And if you not have watched the last two part of the video regarding the geological time scale, please do watch it, and also watch evolution of man. And thank you and have a nice day.